Yo, what are we doing today?
This is our first time going into the TV, well, 1, with the full team together, and 2, when there's no deadline. So what happens if we do confirm the situation? Yeah, just talking about how the case is going. Yeah, that is true. Of course, we will hopefully want to solve this before any more people get kidnapped or killed. Pretty much just down to us now. However, there are 8 of us and 1 fox. Well, again, not exactly on active duty anymore, but still. So, let's enter the TV.
Let's go.
Also, since it's raining, we'll have some more enemies in Naoto's dungeon that we couldn't show earlier. And some new dialogue from the fact that nobody is in danger here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wonder about that. I don't think you ever really get this dialogue if you only go in on days when there's a dungeon active. Yeah, those things. They're probably just lingering, I don't know, elements of the shadow presence in that area, maybe? Okay, so you're in just not bad mood. Let me get an item out of that. I'll just quickly check to see if there's any personas that I can make now. For the most part, I'll save my main fusing session until after I've gone in. Yeah, I won't do anything in there for now. But what I will do for now is... Naoto is officially in the party now, and you know what that means. First thing to mention about Naoto, she got buffed heavily in Golden. She might be the most changed party member in this version. I'll start by covering aspects of her that are the same across both versions. Firstly, she's the one party member to have no weaknesses, aside from some of the ultimate personas in the PS2 version, which makes her very versatile, able to slot into almost any battle or any party combination. Her stat build focuses on magic, though not quite to the extent of Yukiko, but she also has the highest agility of the party, which means she's likely to be going first all the time, or after the protagonist in ambush encounters. The downside is her endurance is extremely low, so she goes down very quickly if she's not dodging. When it comes to skills, I'll get the, in my opinion, worst one out of the way first. She learns a lot of physical attacks, and her strength isn't terrible, but I find that her variety of magical skills, plus her higher magic stats, and a certain skill that she gets out of her social link mean that I almost never have room for these on builds. Blight's poison chance is kind of decent, I suppose, but I rarely see people use physical attacks on Naoto. In the PS2 version, she only really learned 2 other forms of skills, light and dark based instant death, and the Megado line. This meant she was excellent at sweeping through random encounters, but because light and dark don't work on bosses and the Megado line in the PS2 version was stupidly expensive in terms of SP, she really suffered in boss fights. All that combined with her late join time meant I never really heard a lot of positives about her in the original game. However, here is where Golden fixed things immensely. Firstly, they added a lot more enemies that are weak to light and dark, especially in the next dungeon. In addition, Golden also gave the Megado line of spells a huge decrease in SP cost. For example, Megadola used to be 60 SP, it's now 38. But not only did Naoto's base skill set get buffed, she also gained new tools. Firstly, she starts with Agidyne and Garudyne now, and she has access to Zeodyne and Bufudyne via bike skills, giving her potentially quad elemental coverage. She also learns Tetrakarn and Makarakarn now, making her the only character besides the protagonist with access to reflectors outside of items. In the next major story boss in particular, having 2 Karn users is extremely useful, so I'd recommend keeping these skills at least until then. I alluded to bike skills before, and I will just say, Naoto also has the best bike skills in the game next to Yukiko. I'll go over them in more detail once she's available for bike hangouts, which isn't until mid-November, unfortunately. But on the subject of non-level up skills, there is one that I need to mention here. I normally don't like to mention social link skills until we learn them in the links, but this was a level up skill for her in the original version, so I guess it's fine. It's just such a big strength of hers that I have to mention it now. Naoto gets Mind Charge via her social link, or early via level up in the PS2 version, and it's way easier to get this than it is to get it on Yukiko, which means Naoto will likely be your best magical damage dealer. Another indirect buff in Golden is that in the original, the only moves she could use this with were her Megadose skills, which were, again, really expensive, but Golden's addition of the Dying spells give her some much cheaper single target damage with this. The only other skills I haven't gone over here are Hammer and Mudor Boost. I find these are very much a personal preference thing. If you like Naoto being able to sweep random enemies that aren't weak to light or dark, then by all means keep these. But if you only plan on using Hammer and Mudor on enemies that are weak to them, and thus are pretty much guaranteed to die to them, you can easily save space for other skills by giving up these ones. That's the thing with Naoto, she's quite versatile and there are a lot of viable builds on her. My personal favourite is keeping one single target elemental spell, Mind Charge, Mahama on, Mamuda on, Megadola on, with the remaining slots being left open for Tetrakan, Makarakan, or passives, depending on what point in the game I'm at. But feel free to share how you personally use her too. If you're playing along with the original PS2 version though, she is sadly nowhere near as good there. Naoto's persona is Sukuna Hikona, also pronounced Sukuna Bikona, a Japanese kami associated with healing, agriculture, and, interestingly enough, sake brewing, as well as hot springs. His, and yes, it is a he, name means Small Lord of Renown, which is because he is no bigger than the size of a thumb. He arrived in the Izumo region in a small boat made of bark, and he was clad in goose skin, which is referenced in his design in SMT4 Apocalypse, and was first discovered by Okuninushi, who he developed a fast friendship with, and the two went on many adventures. His association with hot springs began when he fell ill. Okuninushi brought him to the Dorgor Hot Springs, which is a real place, and the waters revived him. That reminds me of a certain angel. Much like Kanji's persona is said to have invented something traditionally Japanese, Sukuna Hikona is sometimes credited as the inventor of sake. As I said before, he's also associated with healing and medicine, which is ironic considering that healing skills are one of the few types of skills he can't learn in P4. Farmers would pray to him to protect their crops from insects, and due to his interactions with a certain legendary empress, he is also said to help with women's health and safe childbirth. A pretty varied resume for a god, which certainly fits Naoto's all-round skill set. We're going to the secret laboratory. Because yeah, that actually is going to be our first destination. Yeah, I'm sorry, but we have to go to the lab of your crazy mad scientist alter ego. And we're going to put Naoto in the party, of course. And because we're putting Naoto in the party, even though Kanji is a little higher level thanks to the boss fight, most likely, I'm going to put him in the party too because, reasons, let's just say. And let me check everyone else's status. Kanji is actually one of the most behind here, so I guess I'll use Yukiko for my final party slot here. I don't want to level up too much in this session because I don't want the next story dungeon to look like a joke, so I'm going to be avoiding hands. But I'll have to fight a lot of other enemies because power castles. So in terms of Naoto's equipment, does she have any better? I guess I can give you the Charm Drape. And we don't have any better guns, but we might soon. And in terms of accessory, I kind of like the idea of you bouncing physical attacks back, potentially. And finally, we can use the appropriate costumes for this dungeon. These are probably my favorite set of extra costumes in the game, and all the costumes are exclusive to Golden, so, yeah. Couldn't get these in the vanilla version. I'm guessing Neo Featherman is like a later version of the same show. Yeah, so it's a little ironic that Yu Narukami, voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, is red, because he was, I believe, the Black Ranger in Power Rangers. So yeah, Yukiko is feather pink here. Kanji is the black one. Yeah, there's actually some extra dialogue if you have a certain other person in the party. It is perfect for this place. This place is literally a Sentai show. I think it's if you have Chie, or is it Yosuke or Teddy? Like, one of them comments that Kanji is more likely to be the villain in a Sentai show. There is actually extra dialogue on Naoto's costume as well if you have another member of the party, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out members of the party just so I can get all of the Featherman conversations because they're great. It's actually kind of funny because the art book specifically says that the protagonist of Persona 4 would be the Blue Ranger if he was a ranger, but it's not the outfit that he's using. In fact, I think that art book actually predated Golden because I don't remember any Marie art in there. To my immense disappointment, the Featherman outfits do not come with their own theme song in this game. I can't believe they did that for P5. It was amazing. I also love the, well, that is, I think, is that a perfect record for forgetting to put every single party member on auto? Yeah. Oh, wow, your new, fan looks interesting.
Yukiko-senpai? Boy, if looks could kill.
And I'm not gonna fall for that again.
Kanji, that was great!
Oh, this actually is the bad accuracy weapon, I'm gonna remember that.
Phoenix Rangers, Featherman are!
Yes, they have their own victory quotes for this. Some people are more into it than others, as you can tell. Naoto is clearly secretly a fan of all this. Oh, and I forgot to talk to Rise about the outfit. That sounds exactly like Idols. Yeah, she's just pointing that out. Yeah, Idols are held up to extremely high standards in Japan. Okay, you go on direct commands right now. Okay, so there is an enemy in the first and second floors that drops something we need, the crystal ball, so I still need to keep hunting down enemies here. The power castles only show up way later on.
Be careful. Now's your chance.
Phoenix Rangers, Featherman, run away! I feel the need to call out every like, action, including things like that. I have been playing so much Persona 5 lately that my finger is literally twitching to press the R1 button to open the map. I have to physically remind myself that it's on the options/start button on this, in this game. Sigma Drive. Okay, that's either the one that raises crit rate or lowers the enemy's crit rate. It lowers the enemy's crit rate. I prefer the one that raises your own crit rate for obvious reasons. Though I don't actually know if it stacks with Chie's, Apt's Pupil skill. I feel like it doesn't because the majority of items that, do it by giving you the skill. We get for steak, for skewer, for dukes, I guess. How good is that? Because often the items that are given to you by party members with a rank 10 social link are really, really good. Fully restores an ally's HP. Yeah, definitely good. I know that at rank 10, Naoto can give you something that fully restores SP, which is also pretty valuable. It's a shame that Rise never gets involved in party member dialogues in dungeons, which also means that she doesn't really get any extra dialogue if she's romanced. Because all of the social links, if they're romance, get extra dialogue during those too. Okay, haven't seen you before.
This one's a gimme. It's weak to fire.
Well, yeah, Rise said it better than I could. It's a gimme because, fire boost fire amp. Okay, then. See what I meant earlier when I said that getting, you know, the achievement for, doing over 1,000 damage is not hard in Persona 4? Okay, there we go, Constancy Relic. So, this thing is what drops the crystal ball. I already encountered some a little bit earlier in my run through this place, and then I, like an idiot, ran away from them because I thought it was an idol I was looking for, not a relic. But, of course, it is in fact a relic. Who did I pass Muda on down to? Or do I not have it on anyone? Oh, I got it on Tamlin, okay.
4 enemies left. Don't give up.
Actually, I'm gonna let Naoto take this one, because we just got her and she's a specialist in light and dark skills. So, Muda on. Oh great, no cut-in. That means this could have missed. Nope, okay.
You never lose your cool. Enemy defeated. Don't stop now, Naoto-kun.
Aha, weak to fire. Naoto can swing this entire fight by herself. And I don't need to worry too much about her SP consumption because we have Relaxing Wave now. Yeah, it's a pretty decent skill. I actually probably would have preferred Pavati. Should have been thinking more clearly when I was picking those. But yeah, once you have that skill, not really much reason to worry about SP ever again.
Watch it. That one's immune to fire.
Okay, I definitely have enough crystal balls now. Wait, get this chest before we move on. Wind suppressor. Don't really need much more than one of those. Well, I say that, and then I got destroyed by wind in the Shadow Mitsuo fight, so maybe we do need more than one of those. So at this point, we need the high-speed gear, and for that we need to go down to the later floors, and the training shell is the last few floors entirely, so I think I'll see you when I'm down there. Oh hey, it's Teddy and Yosuke. You're talking like you actually have those things. Teddy and Yosuke actually probably would make a decent Manzai duo. Sample food set, okay. Teddy, you're encouraging the shippers. You are encouraging even more shippers.
Uh-oh, that one's immune to darkness. No problem. It'll be over in a flash.
Okay, Raindrop Musha. This we did not see on our first pass-through, obviously, because it wasn't raining. Okay, this thing is weak to, as we'll soon find out.
There, got it. This one's a gimme. It's weak to fire. Wow, it's puny.
And we also have Rainy Brother 1, who is weak to electricity and drains pretty much everything else, and also nulls light and dark. I guess I can just Argidine the Raindrop Musha. So, Raindrop Musha, I have listed in my notes, is a very easy source of the, I almost called it Ultimate Strike, that's a different trophy, of the, you guys are electricity, which Naoto doesn't have, so I guess she'll guard, of the Going Nova trophy.
Give me a sec. I'll do a quick scan. It's so puny.
Yes, we know that. Because they can Balzac themselves, and you can just easily do over 1,000 damage to them that way. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear a quote from Kanji if we win the battle that way. Just gonna try my luck here. I would have appreciated the other card disappearing, but oh well. This means the only benefit we get out of that shuffle time is continuing our sweep bonus.
The enemy's weak to darkness. Wow, it's puny. This'll be cake.
So, I remember this thing being an infamously tough,
It's weak to darkness. Go on, defeat it.
Yeah, you already told us that, Rise. Being an infamously tough mini-boss back in Persona 3, but here it's, as Rise said, it's puny, apparently.
Naoto-kun's busting there, looking cool.
This might not actually be the last we see of these things, though, let's just say. Well, not so much these things, but more the same enemy, just a more powerful mid-boss version, let's just say. But I kind of just already spoiled it. I didn't have Seiryu, really? Oh, we can actually check its stats by pressing square. I have never really done that before. You, if I fused you though, you would potentially learn Elect Boost, which can be passed down to, I may as well get you just for the compendium though. But yeah, which can be passed down to Koryu for Elect Boost plus Elect Amp. Oh hey, Naoto's first congratulations quote, and Kanji leveling up. Vile Assault, as I've said before, is a very good skill.
Give me a sec, I'll do a quick scan. This one's a gimme, it's weak to fire.
I don't think we ever saw you in our last visit to this place either. Yeah, I was kind of rushing through the later floors of Naoto's dungeon.
This one's a gimme, it's weak to fire.
Chaos Fuzz. Looks pretty cool, but also seems to have a kind of like an Uzi, maybe? I don't know.
Don't give up now, okay?
Don't really know, like, exactly what kind of gun that is, but it's definitely not just a standard pistol. But anyway, it's weak to fire and it's gone.
Alright, we won!
Unfortunately, Johnny Young Bosch doesn't get to give his best Hammy Power Ranger victory line there because silent protagonist. Increases fire damage by 30%. I guess I can give that to Yukiko.
Uh-oh, that one's immune to darkness.
Uh-oh, that one's a pile of ashes.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't... It's weak to light. Beat it and move on.
Well, you're gonna drop the training shell for me, and then we have the Mind Dice, which is also weak to light. Don't really have Mahama on or anything, but Naoto can deal with this whole fight. Yeah, you'll notice that Naoto tends to go first in battles, at least after the protagonist, who always goes first in preemptive strikes, because she has some of the highest agility of the party, so that's also really useful. I love that swirl animation that Sukuna Hikona does.
Never lose your cool.
Unfortunately, because all of these things are instantly dying to their weaknesses, we're not getting a chance to see all-out attacks with Naoto, and that means I'm not getting a chance to see a certain thing that I would really like to see. Now let's see what I get with Full. I'm not forced to take half experience, I can change it with that, and get a second Full. 2 Full, 2 Priestess, and also Kurama Tengu, who is just called Kurama in, Dodge Wind, it's okay, in, Nocturne because character limits. I kind of wonder if the re-release of Nocturne is going to change any of those, especially the horribly butchered names of the 4 symbols, which, I think, Byaku's name was the only one that wasn't butchered in that game. All of the others are completely wrong. We do have the training shells, we only have one more thing. I keep wondering whether the training shell is like an actual tank shell, like as in, like a bullet, or if it's like the outer shell of the armor of the tank or something.
Oh, a rare one.
Are you serious? Yeah, I'm forced to take that. Against hands. I mean, at least we get the money in the Magatsu Xandrite. I said I wasn't going to fight hands. The main reason I did that is because I kind of want Kanji to have Vile Assault before the optional boss of this place. Oh, hey, was just waiting for you to show up. So this is what we need the Mark Wheel for. And you've been Makara Khan, because of course you have. I like the green of the shadows in this place. Well, I mean, at least I can use this to get rid of the wind reflect at no damage to myself.
Enemy down. Keep going, nice senpai. Well done. You can win this. Just don't use fire on it. That's great, senpai.
Of course, I missed the one thing that I was trying to hit with that.
That's amazing, Yukiko senpai. Keep
Oh well, I guess I can... Or, you know, I can give it a taste of its own medicine.
Let's go.
Or a taste of your own meds, according to that song, which, I used to think was Make Up Your Amends. I completely misheard most of Life Will Change, but I'll probably talk more about that if I get to P5. I think I'll actually go for this because this will probably have more accuracy than his standard attack. I say that, and of course I miss. There we go. Okay, that should get me the Mark Wheel. And a heck of a lot of stuff. Taking that first, obviously. I was hoping for another one more, but oh well. Decent experience card. Tempest Slash. That's not actually, like, for a rank 7 skill card, that's kind of lame. Okay, we got the high-speed gear, you're leveling up. And Naoto has Tetrakarn now. So at this point, I have two options. Either I grind for power castles, or I fight the boss at the end of this place.
That's a win for Feather Falcon.
Yeah, see, I told you that tower personas often learn charge skills. I think that's mostly, I mean, I know that, like, some of the ones in P3 learn them, but I think this is mostly a P4 thing, where almost all of the tower personas have some kind of charge skill. Ooh. Skill level up, or actual level up? I think I'll go with this and see what I get. Okay, Vorpal Blade's a very strong skill. Guess I can try showing that in the next fight I get into. Yeah, I would have just got Evade Physical from a level up. That's not useful when I have Repel Physical to spread around now. Well, this thing probably repels this. No, it doesn't. Okay. It's kind of cool that it looks the same as it did in Persona 3, but actually this is our first time seeing Vorpal Blade, so I guess I can mention that. If you've seen my Persona 3 playthrough, you might remember Vorpal Blade being extremely powerful because it did bonus damage if you were in great condition, which was easy to get once you'd max out your academics because you could then afford to sleep every night and be in great condition pretty much all the time. That is no longer the case in P4 due to the fact the condition system doesn't exist, much to the rejoicing of most people. It does mean a nerf to all of the skills that use the condition system for bonus damage, so Vorpal Blade is just basically a heavy physical attack to all enemies now, which is still decent, it's just nowhere near as ridiculous as it was in P3. However, P4 has its own completely ridiculous physical attack to all enemies, though we won't be seeing that skill for quite some time. Speaking of things I haven't seen for quite some time, I haven't found a single power castle yet. So here I am, and still no power castles at all. and I need 7 more of their drops. I've gone ahead and gathered all the power rocks I need, actually one more. The annoying thing is, power castles don't always drop those, so I had to fight more than 7 of them. I also got a conversation with Chie and Yukiko, both at rank 10, so I'll show that now. And I still haven't seen that thing that I put Naoto and Kanji in the same party for. But anyway, there's actually not a ton that I want to really make in the Velvet Room right now. Most of it requires me to fuse away my best personas, and I don't have a lot of money at the moment. But I did find a fusion that I was kind of interested in. Yeah, Daisojo. So I can get Daisojo with Tam, Lin, and Lilith. Only 4 inheritance slots for this, but let's see. I'm pretty sure you already learn, you actually learn Media Rahan in this game. That's interesting. But I can go for Null Physical. I have Mind Charge on Yatsufusa, but I may as well pass it to more things. I guess I can go for Elekant Maziodyne as well. Still no accidents. But here is another figure that anyone who's played Nocturne will know extremely well. But even Persona fans are quite familiar with Daisojo because he has a very famous exclusive move, which sadly has actually been nerfed in Persona 4. They buffed regular Hummer and Mudor, but they actually nerfed the ultimate instant death skills. Okay, Mahama on. I guess I don't really need Akidyne that much. I may actually need Hammer Boost because, like I said, they actually nerfed this guy's ultimate move. Yeah, there it is, Samsara, which I don't get. I'll actually need a few Emperor cards to get that. But like I said, it's not super worth it in this one. It's expensive, and I'll get to how much they nerfed it when I actually show Daisojo in battle. Oh, Throne plus Daisojo makes Byakko, who I will need later and who has some pretty good stats, but don't really know if his inheritance is going to fit you all that well. But I can just get something more for the compendium, I guess. Actually, Masukunda is probably better to pass down. Continuing the tradition of me talking about other games, Kali is an immense pain in P5 for being immune to guns and immune to Psi and having no weaknesses, making it extremely hard to get technical damage on it. Just off of Power Charge, but I had that on a lot of Personas anyway. I think there was at least one more thing I could get with my random junk Personas. Well, I guess I can fuse Kali immediately into Jatayu. I guess Bufudine. Again, this is mostly just for Compendium. But you are Sun Arcana. Now that I've fused away Tam Lin, I could do with another Sun Persona. A lot of the Sun Personas learn the growth skills, I just realized. And hey, you repel your weakness now, that's kind of cool. Good agility too. Maybe you are a bit better than I gave you credit for. Oh, you into Kinky gives Siegfried, who I almost called Sigurd. I mean, Sigurd's actually an alternate name for this same character. So you're stronger in terms of damage, but Kinky has higher endurance and no weaknesses. Temperance has a low social link rank, and you're a lot worse than Jatayu, but I will need you later for, you know, Koryu. Guess I can go Growth 3, Repel Elec, and, I'm kind of liking Masukunda. So with Suzaku, we have, like, the second Phoenix persona of this game. I'm the one actually called Phoenix, which is actually not Phoenix. It's actually Feng Huang, I think. And then Suzaku was, I think, called Feng Huang in another game, and yeah, it gets confusing. Okay, we have that now. Oh, and we can continue this massive, unneeded persona pile-up by fusing that to get Nidhogg. I'm pretty sure the R is silent. Some people say the R, but yeah, I personally leave it silent. It's kind of like Hresvelg. There's an R in that, but that's often silent, but sometimes it isn't. I guess I'll just pass these three again. Nidhogg, I will probably play Digital Devil Saga on this channel someday, and I have things to say about Nidhogg in that game. For something that looks as horrifying as this, Nidhogg makes surprisingly cute sounds when it attacks in Digital Devil Saga. Fierce, Stagnant Air, Ghastly Whale. That sounds more like a combo a boss would use than... Oh, look! Resist Physical! Like we need that at this point in the game. Like, I seriously... I mean, it can turn into Null Physical via a skill card, but I still really don't care. Give more skill cards to Marie. How are we doing for 57% Compendium? I'm not entirely happy with that this late into the game. So, we have a mini-boss coming up, and for that we're going to want Wind Attack, so I'll keep Naoto. I probably want to keep Kanji as well. And in terms of other party members, yeah, all of us are like level 57 right now. May as well keep using Teddy for this. I used him for the grinding session. I did find a second red battlesuit, so I may as well give that to you. Okay, this thing does have every element, so I will want to equip my dodge element accessories for this. Guess I can give you the paladin armor. I'll lead with Oro Mataru as always. Also, you'll get a chance to see, well, you will have seen it already in the grinding, but yeah, here is Teddy's Featherman outfit, and it's actually probably one of my favorites because it kind of looks like a real, like, costume you'd be able to buy. But anyway, let's see what Teddy has to say about it. Yes, you are supposed to yell out something like Henshin or Henshin a Go-Go Baby, as the case may be. Let's do this. Now, my strategy for this fight is going to depend quite heavily on what turn order that I get. I normally like to wait until Naoto has Mind Charge for this fight, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work.
It always opens with Virus Wave,
Kanji's
by the way.
Wow, it's puny. This'll be cake.
This is Dr. Fortune's ultimate creation, or so she hopes. the Extreme Vessel. This thing has pretty much all the elements. It likes to mind charge itself, it can also attack you physically. It's pretty basic in terms of its strategy. It is passively resistant to physical and almighty, which means all-out attacks aren't very good against it. Speaking of which, it follows the annoying trend of a lot of enemies and mini-bosses in this game, of being weak to wind, but it only takes 75% damage from wind. It does take 25% more damage from fire, elec, and ice though, so there's that. My main strategy here is going to be to knock it down and then go for... Okay, Naruto is going next. I want to see when this thing is going. Is to knock it down and then go for power-charged Vile Assaults from both you and Kanji. So for this, let's go Kinky and start off by debuffing its... I just heard how that sounded, and that's bad. Debuffing its defense.
It's weak to wind. This'll be a breeze.
Nice pun, Rise. So yeah, this does work on mini-bosses, but not a lot of them have weaknesses past this guy. I guess I can Garodine you.
Enemy down.
It really doesn't do a lot, and you do way more damage by hitting this thing while it's down than by going for an all-out attack. Okay, right now you only have Tetrakan, not Makarakan, but I suppose I can give that to Teddy just to give you a little bit of insurance against its physical attacks. Teddy next, I'm guessing, Kanji next, and then the boss goes. Okay, that's actually not good, because I like this thing to stay down before you get to turn. I guess I can Mataru Kaja with... I'm already Mataru Kaja'd, thanks to Yatsufusa, totally forgot that. I think I can afford to just Bufudai and not heal right now. Yeah, that is a heck of a lot of damage. And yeah, Kanji has Vile Assault now, so... That's hopefully going to be hitting pretty hard while this thing's down.
It got back up.
Okay, mind charging. Now, according to the SMT wiki, it often doesn't use a magical attack immediately after it mind charges. It sometimes waits a couple of turns. I think I'm going to go Power Charge, though. Go Power Charge, I guess.
Kanji's poisoned.
Yes, we know that. You already said that earlier in the fight. Still, more Rise lines is a good thing, because I really want to get Hardcore Rosette Fan by the end of this. Well, that's annoying. I was hoping I'd be able to get a Power Charge hit from Kanji, and you know what? I'm actually going to use a, I guess I can use a Cyclone Megatama, which I think will ironically do more damage than Garodine would have, because it's a fixed 150.
It's up to you, Sensei.
And then I can use this to Mediarama, and then I can go for a Power Charge Vile Assault on Kanji, which I know won't miss because it's down now. Oh, except Kanji's poisoned.
Kanji's poisoned.
As Rise helpfully pointed out there. Okay, so even with the resistance and with the poison, yeah, that is a crap ton of damage. Vile Assault plus some... Okay, I think it's probably going to attack now. Vile Assault plus Knockdown does insanely ridiculous amounts of damage. Here's the problem though. I kind of need to go over to... No, I can actually use another one of my... This is a major risk though, because I run the risk of getting hit by its Mind Charge attack and getting one-shotted, but we'll see. Actually, Rise has the Party Protector. I think I'm actually safe from that. Guess I'll use another Cyclone Nagatama.
Enemy down.
No all-out attack, obviously, because I am going for Vile Assault. And yeah, the arrows on it are highlighted because it has both Power Charge and Mind Charge active, but it's... I don't know, I prefer Persona 5's way of handling it, where it actually shows, like, both of them in different colors. I think it's like, purple for Mind Charge, or Concentrate in that game, and, like, light green for Power Charge. I always thought that was kind of cool. It is going next, though, but like I said, I do have Rise's All Protect, available, so I'm actually gonna just go full ham this turn, knowing that she'll save us from a possible party wipe. And no time to Power Charge. I think I'm just going to go and Vile Assault you again. I was wanting to talk about a big tangent for this part, and I never got the chance to, because this thing is going to go down really quickly. Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure Rise should be blocking this. Yep, there we go. Sometimes you can plan around that, though. That does mean that somebody, like at least one character, would have died to that, so next time it Mind Charges, I should be careful. more careful at least. But it's extremely low, so I can probably afford to use a, do I have any, like, yeah, I have pinwheels. These attack items, like, I hope through this playthrough you're discovering that attack items are actually really, really useful. Sometimes just getting, like, a free knockdown with someone just massively increases the strength of their other attacks, as you can see with this. Though, unfortunately, we are currently in a state of losing our full party buff, but still, I think we can take it out this turn, even with our attack reverting. Like, I was actually going to go on a huge tangent in this part about shipping, but I don't know if, oh boy, if Kanji doesn't kill this, I'm actually possibly in trouble.
Come on down.
But he killed it, so I'm fine.
Phoenix Rangers Feathermen are.
It's not worth a lot of experience, but anyway, don't underestimate that thing. It does hit pretty hard, but it doesn't like Vile Assault at all. Then if we examine the operating table, we get Algernon, which is a reference to, I think, a work of fiction called Flowers for Algernon, which I'm not totally familiar with, but +5 to all stats. For that reason, this usually stays on Naoto for the whole game for me, at least until I get her ice buffing weapon. +5 to all stats is just better than any increase in attack power from most weapons. That's the thing, like, weapon attack power in this game, it only affects your basic attacks, so I just find secondary effects are usually a lot better, although some of the late game weapons are so strong that they do hit very hard with normal attacks and are definitely worth using just for that. But, yeah, that is basically everything that I can do. Well, everything but one. Let's go back in and let's show off the other people's Phoenix Ranger outfits. I'm going to try and get all of the dialogue too. So I believe for the extra dialogue with Naoto in the Featherman outfit, you have to also have Chie in the party. Obviously, I'm just going to show the Phoenix Ranger outfits here because, you know, it kind of fits. And of course, Chie is the Green Ranger. Oh, Teddy has a comment on this. Yes, it represents nature and the ability to destroy nature. And again, the art book says he'd be blue, so yeah. That's kind of interesting. Now, let me just see if it's Chie who comments on Naoto's one. Yeah, there we go. Yep, there's Naoto's fangirl side showing. I'm sure she and Ken from Persona 3 would have a lot to talk about if, you know, she'd actually get him to open up about Phoenix Rangers. I think those are actually, like, with that, we've seen all of the outfits. Though I did, like, there are a few costumes in the last part that I forgot to talk to Rise about, so I think I will, do that. Did I ever get Rise's comment on the Cheer Squad outfit? Oh, wow, that's kind of lame. And the festive Jinbei. Oh, I actually don't think I've shown Yosuke's. So yeah, Yosuke is yellow, and it actually kind of suits him. That's funny, they're actually translating it, they're leaving it as Tokusatsu there, but they called it live action shows earlier. Not from you. But, yeah, I think there is a reference to something about curry in one of the Phoenix Ranger episodes. I haven't actually mentioned this yet, but the Featherman show within a show was actually a major plot point in Persona 2. It's actually been in the Persona series for a while, and hey, you're referencing Kamen Rider there. So, Yukiko and Kanji both have extra dialogue with Chie in their Phoenix Ranger outfits. Oh, I kind of wish that was voice acted. And yeah, we've seen Kanji's before, but Chie has extra comments for it. Thanks for that. And with all of that, we are done with this TV world session, so it's back to the real world to get on with some social linking and general school life. See you all then.